you guys, welcome back to Story Teasers. We've been doing this for all three All Things Wellness books. First one, Fourfold Formula. Second one, which was a bestseller, Win the Wellness War. And then this one is Wellness G.P.S. I love acronyms. Stands for Getting Prepared for Success. We are doing these because we like to tease you. We like you to see a little bit of, we like you to see our authors. We like you to hear a little bit about their story. And then I always like to see my co-author's pretty little face. Hi, Marcus.
Look at that. Good morning.
Hey, you guys. Dr. Marcus and I worked together for a very long time, and we've been doing sorts of things over the decade. And I actually ran his office clinic, his medical office clinic here in Grand Junction, Colorado. But I moved to Florida, but I'm back here for a little bit with a family kind of emergency thing. And I get to see Marcus for lunch today.
Yes. Sushi time.
Sushi time. Sushi. All right, Jip, welcome. Jean Marie, we get to call her Jip. You guys get to call her too. Welcome. Call her Jip.
Thank you.
Hi. I want to first lift Jip up a little bit. This isn't easy, you guys. It's not easy to tell a true and, kind of a personal dig deep story and then to put it in a book that's going to be out there forever and a day. But it's also very not familiar sometimes to those who haven't been on social media a lot or haven't written a lot, or maybe don't know Microsoft Word to be able to get the stories to us. So my email is peggy@allthingswellness.com, and I can help you through this process. Marcus and I take your stories very seriously. We help you sprinkle it a little bit. We keep your voice and your message. So really, Jip, thank you so much for coming on board here. This isn't your normal playground.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
So you set a really good example, right? To those people who they can learn anything if they set their mind to it and share anything. So how does it feel to be a part of something like this?
Awe-inspiring, mind-boggling, and vast, wide open horizons. And I'm looking forward to that because I have quite an adventurous soul. So y'all gonna discover it with me.
No,
and this medium here is a perfect launching pad, to kind of like explore a lot. You'll see that it's really fantastic to have a lot of people that are thinking similar thoughts, that are on board with you and lifting you up, and that's why we enjoy having people like you joining us as a group of like-minded people.
Thank you so much. Exactly. I appreciate it.
We've noticed that even if people tend to write their stories in kind of the left brain or Western medicine world, such as a weight loss program, they've lost a lot of weight or they've gone through a yucky relationship, we've noticed them evolve into this kind of self-discovery, self-awareness, kind of spiritual realm. And girlfriend, you're already there. I'm catching up to you.
Well, it's always great along the path to have people show you a little bit further along the road what is possible. So that's a fantastic contribution for the beginners, like me, for instance.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And I've watched Marcus evolve over the time too that we've been together. And I want to just say that Jip comes to us once again as a perfect example on how we spiderweb this experience with all these contributing authors, because Jip comes to us from Patricia McNair, who is part of this book as well, and kind of a referral type thing of like, you need this girl along. And so here you are. Here you are, little dirty feet, which people are like, why is she calling her dirty feet?
If they only knew.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know. So we want everybody to hear a little bit about your story. And I'm really proud of you because you're really stepping into sharing even more in January, first part of 2024. You're going to start blogging for all things wellness and having a platform, a playground, which is what is my mission to offer. My bloggers don't get paid. They don't pay me. It's truly just a playground to have your voice. And I honor that and just give you that platform. So she's going to join us for that, Marcus. She's going to be
sorry.
She's going to be typing away. Jip, do you have your story in front of us? In front of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am, I
yes,
do.
ma'am. Okay, honey, let's go ahead and hear a little bit about your story.
Oh, you want to go ahead and read the whole thing?
I want you to pick out a couple of paragraphs, a couple of teasers. You got a couple that are like, what's she talking about? Why would people want to grab the book and read your story next summer?
Well, Dirty Feet comes from me growing up in Santuck, Alabama. Our house was in Montgomery, Alabama, but Mom and Daddy had some acreage in Santuck, Alabama, and where Mama and Benny and Charlene would, drive down in Daddy's old green pickup truck to the garden. Daddy would drive the John Deere tractor, and Bud would sit on his lap, and I was left to wander 89 acres on my own free will. And honey, I got some mess. So,
Honey, I got
but
some mass.
That's
my
great.
mess was mainly mud, tadpoles, and frogs. That
Yeah,
was
right,
my mess.
right.
So, y'all are going to experience life from a viewpoint of a spunky little kid inside me that has not grown up. It doesn't matter where I live. The real me is going to come out. Some folks just can't handle it. Oh, well, that's their problem. I'm just going to be me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's what it is in a nutshell.
I love that. You are unapologetically yourself, and we're not for everybody. We don't have to be. There's plenty of others out there that are, and you are so unapologetically yourself. And you have such a playfulness. Marcus can speak to your story as well. We just really, and you write so eloquently in the sense of those adjectives and adverbs that lure you in, where you're like, you can almost feel the John Deere running. And Marcus, did you feel that way when you were reading her story?
Absolutely, absolutely. It was one of those where you get transformed back into a life that is so carefree that just the remembrance of your experience triggers me remembering my experiences, sort of thing. And because of that, I have this like you say, the 89 acres, the freedom, the vast openness of possibilities back again, rather than feeling locked in. And you know how it is these days, stressed out and overworked and underpaid and all these type of things. They're all not present during that stage in life. And to preserve that and continue that on, I think that's something that we all should consider doing, because losing that aspect of our life, that carefree, beautiful, looking at the world in such a colorful way as you describe in your story, that's just blissful, and we need more of that. All of us, all of us. So your contribution is just perfect from the perspective of hopefully waking some readers up like myself and saying, yeah, I have to be back there a little bit more and try and carry that towards me now, and that is your gift and that's your presentation, and it is a wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You bring up a good point, Marcus. The children of today, where we grow, and even as a mother, you don't intend to, but you force your children in a way to grow up so fast, and you don't give them an investigative environment because we're worried about safety or injury. That's kind of the way of the world today. So
Yep.
not encouraging them to get away from their screen and get out there and play with bugs or get dirty. And that's where a lot of life lessons come, right? So if I jump off the shed, I'm going to twist my ankle, might not do that again, but that whole do something and learning and what works for you, that's what you bring back. And when I read that, I envisioned a children's book series. And this is just what I do when I read people's stories. I kind of see, Marcus can tell you this, I'll kind of see the future of it. And if I felt like people were going to be radio show hosts a year before they were, and write another book a year before they did. And your stories are, I can picture them illustrated. Oh, you're going to be busy.
Good. That's
Chip,
one of my
Chip,
desires, is to illustrate children's books.
It looks like you're getting roped in right now. So
That's fine. That's fine. That's
Well, and
fine.
and I don't want you to shave yourself shy here, is that I know you do love to draw and you want to illustrate, but you're the storyteller as well. That's your whole project. Don't dice yourself down by owning just a piece of it. It's your land, and what a great thing to bring back in 2024, let's say, to those children out there, the preschool, first, second, third grade. Let's just
It goes beyond.
mic drop.
It goes beyond, because my heart's desire is to have children or have adults as well, grandparents, doesn't matter your age, to connect with that child inside your soul. The one we have to push aside to get a degree, get a job, 9 to 5, 72 hours a week just to exist. And I want people to hook up with that child and explore it. And if you get the unction to go wade in a creek and get knee high up in mud, having a mud fight, go for it. Connect with that kid. That's what we need to do. So that's my goal.
And then the connection to Mother Earth, Gaia, whichever way you want to name it. The point there is that we've lost that connection, and because of that connection, we've basically have sort of ruined the Earth. We're pretty close to making this a very fatal move, and so we have to get that connection back. What are we doing? We are directly connected to Mother Earth. We need Mother Earth to sustain us, and we can't just continue behaving the way we are, basically, And that is the beauty of your story, is to give us that connection and to transform or transport ourselves back into that loving relationship with Mother Earth.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Jip, you're hired as a marketing expert for us, because you so eloquently explain why Marcus and I started to do this 2 years ago. And that's through, even though he has a medical background and I have the background that I do, we really did start to believe that storytelling is how we're going to connect. And that's what I've committed the rest of my life to, is telling stories. And if I can be a vessel or a platform for anybody to tell their story, I just want to flow that through. And you just said that. That's how, if we can't get to people through an app or another Netflix movie, let's put a book in their hand and transport them back to storytelling. Don't you just love Jip, Marcus?
Absolutely. Yes, that was fabulous. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I love it. And so you guys, one more, just let's bring this back around. All Things Wellness book series is a trilogy. This is the last one of the trilogy that Marcus and I have co-authored. Each book has, some of them have 40 authors in them. We have media partners that help us share this story with the world and interview our authors after the book publishes. We're shooting for a late spring, early summer release. If you want to see what it's all about, hop on Amazon and you can find our other books. But Jip, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. And you go out and save the day.
No, we're going to save the day together, because we got to work heart by heart, side by side, thought by thought, and breath by breath. That's how we create our reality. And you can't, you can create your own individual, but like the rainbow in the background of my picture, in order to make it click, we've got to work together. And that's what we have to do.
And to end this metaphorically, what I love about your rainbow is there's not a start and there's not a finish.
Yeah, that's it.
Cyclical, and that's where we are. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me today, and we'll all be in touch. So talk soon.
Talk to y'all later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.